UFC Fight Night Gane versus Tuivasa. Results. The main event was insane. I mean, Tuivasa put Cyril Gane in the most trouble he's ever been in his MMA career, in his kickboxing career, in his UFC career. Anytime Cyril Gane has professionally competed in a combat sport, none of that did he have to face the adversity that he did with Tuivasa winning the fight in round number 3, but taking a lot of damage to do so and beat Tuivasa. It was a good card, a lot of knockouts on the card. The only submission of the night was Stephanie Egger down here. We're going to start from the bottom, go up to the top. First fight of the night, Aylin Perez. Stephanie Egger. Aylin Perez does not know how to not get judo throwed. She just kept on getting judo throw, got her back taken in round number 2, and got submitted. She didn't even fight the hands for really that long. I think Stephanie Egger did one body shot. She went down to block the body shot, and then she got rear naked. It was a pretty uneventful fight. Christian Quinones and Khalid Taha. Now, this was a pretty interesting fight, because Khalid, he was doing what he always is trying to do, close that distance, land something big, but out of nowhere, as Khalid Taha is coming in, Christian catches him with a big right hook coming in, knocks down Khalid Taha, lands about 4 to 5 ground and pound shots, a little bit of an early stoppage, but he TKOs Khalid Taha as an underdog bet that we actually did make. I think that was the first bet we made on the card. It was $100 on Christian Quinones at plus 130. So that one hit. Benoit Saint-Denis, Gabriel Miranda. We lost a little bit of money on the props here, but we did have Benoit Saint-Denis in a lot of parlays right here. Our Whitaker, Gane, Benoit Saint-Denis parlay, we did that one twice. He was in our parlay with Gane Tuivasa starts round 3, and Whitaker Vettori goes to a decision. As well, I believe there was one more. I could be wrong. It was over a half of a round right there. So we had Benoit Saint-Denis in a lot of parlays. He goes out there, defends every takedown from Gabriel Miranda, gets his own takedown, and is ground and pounding a little bit every now and then in the fight. Then rocks him at the end of round number 1. Ground and pounds a little, gets really, really close to the finish, and immediately, as round number 2 starts, gets his back to the cage and knocks him out. Great win for the first ever France fighter to fight in France on a UFC fight card. We get the second France fighter right here, taking on Michael Figlak, undefeated 8-0 prospect. We didn't bet this fight at all, but Fares Ziam goes out there, pretty much outstrikes him at range, landing more shots, landing the harder shots, and taking down Michael Figlak. It was a great win by Fares Ziam. His wrestling and grappling, it looked nothing like it has his last few fights. He's definitely improved in his last few fights, and since the loss to Terrence McKinney, Nasrat Haqparast, John Makdessi, was just 3 rounds of striking. Nasrat did catch John Makdessi a little bit there, hurt him and wobbled him every now and then. John trying to go for spinning back fist and things like that. But overall, it was the speed and volume of Nasrat Haqparast with some light kicks mixed in there as well to get another unanimous decision. And we go on to the craziest finish of the night, probably the performance of the night. Abus Magomedov landing a front kick inside of the mouth of Dustin Stoltzfus, landing a little bit of ground and pound and TKOing him in 19 seconds. The fastest finish of the entire card. That was absolutely insane. Then we go on to Charles Jourdain and Nathaniel Wood. The first fight of the main card, I did have Charles Jourdain winning, but he did not look like himself. He wasn't putting on the pressure. He really was getting scared to come into the pocket and trade with Charles Jourdain. He was clinching with Charles Jourdain, and he kept on getting tripped by Nathaniel Wood's little inside trip takedowns that he kept on doing throughout the fight. So Charles Jourdain, he just did not look like himself out there. Kept on getting tripped, was not pushing the pace, was not coming forward, landing the volume, kept on clinching for some reason. I don't know what he was doing out there, but Nathaniel lands the harder shots, lands more shots, and is able to mix in some takedowns and win the decision. William Gomes, Jarno Aarons, mainly a counter-punching game from William Gomes, staying on the outside, eating a few shots, countering them a little bit, and then mixing in the takedowns. One round 1, run round 2, and then Jarno now Aarons gets super close to a submission in round number 3. Right at the end, he's very close to a triangle choke and wins round number 3 for a 29-28 William Gomes with 2 judges. One of them had it 29-29, which was very interesting. For this fight, Alessio De Chirico and Roman Kopylov. Roman Kopylov going out there round 1, looking really good. I mean, he looked sharp. His striking defense was amazing. His boxing was on point. Getting through the guard of Alessio. Alessio couldn't get through the guard of Roman. He wins round number 1. Round 2, Alessio able to land a lot more shots. Roman starting to gas out a little bit. Alessio wins round 2. And then in round 3, a minute in, Roman Kopylov just gets his back to the cage, throws like a 5 to 6 punch combination, and just face plants Alessio De Chirico in the final round. Great finish from Roman Kopylov. Then we got this one right here, our underdog of the card, value-wise, in Joaquin Buckley. I didn't think he was going to win. I had Nasruddin in round 3 or by a decision, but Joaquin Buckley made it very interesting. Round 1. Imavov and Buckley just kind of strike at range, nothing too effective landing from either guy. Then Imavov gets full mounts and is ground and pounding Buckley for the last few seconds of the round and wins round number 1. Round number 2, Imavov is landing a heck of a lot more volume than Joaquin Buckley. Lands the takedown, gets Joaquin Buckley's back, and gets close to a submission. He was very close to that submission as well, and he wins round 2. And then round number 3, Buckley goes out there like a crazy mofo, and he just pressures Nasruddin Imavov, gets his back to the cage, throwing left hook, right hook, uppercut, overhand right, head kick. I mean, he was just throwing the kitchen sink at Nasruddin Imavov and wins that round. It was a banger of a fight, especially round number 3. Buckley's legit, Nasruddin is legit. That was a good fight, but Imavov edges it out with round 1 and round 2. Whitaker Vettori, Robert defending every takedown for Marvin Vettori, leg kicking him, body kicking him, head kicking him, landing some jabs as Vettori is coming in, landing that straight left as he's coming in. I mean, his combinations were amazing in this fight, just tip-tapping, getting in, getting out, easily throughout the fight. Just like we said in the prediction, it was a fairly self-explanatory one, in my opinion, and Robert the Reaper wins the fight by unanimous decision. Tuivasa versus Gane, probably the craziest fight of the card. A round 1, Cyril just outstriking Tuivasa at range, landing more shots, more volume, landing some good kicks, landing about double the amount of strikes in round number 1, and wins round number 1. Round number 2, Tuivasa goes out there, gets outstruck by a lot. I mean, I'm talking Cyril was landing triple the amount of strikes as Tai Tuivasa, and Tuivasa catches him with a big hook when his back is to the cage, and he gets close to a finish. Cyril Gane shoots a takedown to try to survive. He holds on for a second, pulls off, and gets back at range. And at that point, he's like, alright, I need to do something to kind of get Tuivasa off of me so I don't get knocked out. And that's when he started to really focus on the front kicks to the body of Bam Bam Tuivasa, hurting him to the body with jabs to the body, front kicks to the body, hooks to the body, and Tuivasa almost lost the fight in round number 2, not to mention he was bleeding from the nose and eyes and things like that at the end of round number 2. It was a close round. I'm honestly going to say it could have gone either way, given the ending of Cyril Gane landing so many body shots at the end of the round, cutting open Tai Tuivasa, and landing about 4 times the amount of strikes in round number 2. But maybe the knockdown could have swayed him to win that round. And then in round number 3, just body kick, body kick, body kick, body shot, body shot, body shot, picking apart Tai Tuivasa. Tuivasa really not able to land too much in round 3. He was looking visibly tired. His gas tank was going down a little bit there. And, you know, he was still pressuring Cyril Gane, but Cyril catches him with the flurry of combinations. And he's just kind of frozen mid-air. And Cyril just keeps on landing. Ground and pound, ground and pound, ground and pound. Knocks out Bam Bam Tuivasa in round number 3. So it was a good card, a lot of great fights. The main event was a banger of a fight. Whitaker versus Vettori was a good striking fight. Buckley Imavov was a banger, especially in round number 3. Kopylov Alessio De Chirico, that was a pretty fun fight. Not the best, but a pretty fun one. Gomes versus Aarons was an okay fight. Nathaniel Wood, Charles Jourdain, I thought it was going to be a banger, but it was just an okay fight. For as long as it lasted, Abus Magomedov, that was a pretty fun fight as well. Nasra had a technical striking match with John Makdessi. Pretty boring fight with Faresian, Michael Figlak, but there were some moments here and there that were pretty good. Benoit put it on a very fun performance there, getting the KO TKO. Quinones put it on a good one, and Stephanie Egger, it was an okay fight as well. So it was a good card. UFC Fight Night Gane versus Tuivasa. Prediction-wise on this card, we had Cyril Gane, Robert Whittaker, Dazardini Mavov, William Gomes, Abus, Nasrat, Benoit, Christian Quinones, and Stephanie Egger. So we went 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We went 9-3 on our predictions, 75% accuracy. And then for the bets right here, let's check out the parlays. Our main parlay, $600 parlay at plus 137. Cyril Gane, Whittaker Vettori goes to a decision, and Benoit Saint-Denis, Gabriel Miranda over half of a round, as well as the Chirico Kopylov exact method of victory, KO TKO or decision, and Buckley the exact same way. That one did cash. We had $100 on Gane Tuivasa starts round 2, Whittaker by KO TKO decision, Benoit Saint-Denis, Charles Jourdain, and William Gomes. That one did not cash. It was one away with Charles Jourdain, but it was a pretty lengthy parlay out there, plus 577. We had $200 on a plus 226 parlay of Gane Tuivasa starts round 3. I was worried about that one in round number 2. That was a very lucky one. We got that one a cash. Whittaker Vettori goes to a decision, and Benoit Saint-Denis. Then we had the just 3 by themselves, Cyril Gane, Whittaker, Benoit Saint-Denis, and 2 parlays up there, plus some 2-week parlays of Marcus Buchecha, Itsuki Harada, Richie Miranda, all of these random people you probably don't know, with Cyril Gane, Mateusz Rebecki from the Contender Series with Cyril Gane. Those are some 2-week, 3-week parlays we had over there. So it was a good card. We gained about 1,400 and what would that be? $1,425. I think that's how you do the math there, or $1,402.50, something like that. But we gained about $1,400. Thank you guys for watching. Put your thoughts down below. Like, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.